Hello traders, I'm out there in trader land. D7 here with Grok a trade. This is a weekend edition video, good through May 3rd, Sunday, May 3rd, 2020, and the markets get rocked on Friday. See a major drop here taking place across the board, massive sell-off, Dow down to 622 points. Leading the charge is the Russell 2000 down 4%, financials down more than 3%, beating the rest of the indices. They are leading the direction to the downside. US dollar slightly higher, crude oil down 2% yet again. Silver lower, gold higher. VIX, the VIX increasing by 9%, we're at 37. Bitcoin higher by more than 2%, outpacing gold and silver. Taking a look here at the broad markets. Guys, subscribe. Hit the bell. We had almost over 1,000 people subscribed from the last video. We had 14,000 plus views, almost 15,000 views, over 300 comments, guys, over 1,000 likes. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Just had a big day of class. We just got done. I am cranking out a quick video. Let's get after it. Here's the deal, guys. This is the S&P spider. We look at the spider. The spider is very important to us. The spider is in a big bear flag. If you guys remember my video from last week, I said warning, 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 warning. Watch the video again. Listen to the words I'm saying. This is what happened. Last week we trailed up a trend line. Let me just show it to you guys. We had a breakdown of this bear flag. Big drop, historic drop in the markets. We go into a minor uptrend. And we broke down from the minor trend line, and we're right there. We broke down. But what happened was what was acting as support. And you might think, oh, those trend lines look rough. They don't look good. If I go to a line chart, you'll see they're perfect. Support, we broke support, and now support acts as resistance. You see it going up there. You see it going up. Resistance. Go back here to the bar. It kept going higher, but even though it's going higher at the resistance line, and it's creeping up towards the 61.8 Fibonacci. And we talked about that. Look at the last video. We talked about that. That is a bad area. If it goes beyond that, it's no longer a bear flag. If it hits the 61 and drops, it's a bear flag. Sure enough, we get a pivot candle, and then on Friday, we drop. Friday, a big drop. Like I said, Dow down 622 points. There's the big drop, guys. This is signaling another bigger drop to the downside. If this is a true bear flag, look for more downside movement. Now here's the deal. If Monday is not a bloodbath, if Monday is not a huge red candlestick to the downside, then I'm expecting a trickle down and maybe consolidation. If it's a bloody Monday and it sells off in the markets, then woe to the markets. Look for a sizable down, a lot of movement to the downside. That's what I'm expecting. Dow. The Dow is heading down. We have some support levels here with the moving averages. Let's see what happens. NASDAQ broke down. It's breaking down here. Matter of fact, if I were to pull in a trend line, let me show this to you. If I go from here to there, we're still above it. If we go from here to this guy, I'd have to go to this guy. We broke this one. I'm going to get rid of this one for the time being. We have that trend line that we're dealing with that I'm watching. If we break that, this is the NASDAQ. This is the Qs. If we break that, we're in a lot of trouble. If I look here also on a Fibonacci retracement, if I do this, we're at 76.4. So this is telling me we're only going to go into consolidation on, this is not a bear flag. Look for consolidation on the NASDAQ. Go to the Russell's 2000, rising wedge, big breakdown. We broke the support line on this flag. Guys, if you look at the Russell 2000, okay, the Russell 2000 has a fib. We got up past the 50, didn't even get near the 61 and already showing weakness. That is bad news. Bad news, and it broke the trend line today. Again, if I go to a line chart, support, we broke that support. Let me get rid of the Fibonacci so you can see it better. You can see it right there, right? You can see it. It's bad news. So that's, I'm seeing downside opportunity there. Financials popped up, hit resistance. Remember, we were talking about, we broke this support line. This week we went up, hit resistance. That what was support is now resistance. That's what's happening there. If you go to this, if you go to a line chart, support, now resistance. So I'm expecting that to head lower. But we'll see, right? We'll see. We'll just see what happens. We're set to drop. If you look here at the U.S. dollar, it's a falling wedge. Look for the rising dollar to go higher. If you look here at crude oil, it's trying to find a bottom, but I'm just not sold on it. This is a little bear pullback, a little low base. Guys, oil could keep going lower. Isn't that shocking? Silver, if you look at silver, it's trying to hang in there. It's trying to stay up at these highs. It needs to stay with this moving averages and get above it. Gold, if you look here, is doing a lot better, relatively speaking, than silver. That's what's happening. Gold is looking much better. VIX here is down, falling wedge. It broke out on Friday, so that's a bad news, man. VIX is set to go higher. That's a fear. If you look at Bitcoin, we broke out this week of a major area of resistance. We creeped up to this resistance line, which is a big time line of support. It goes back a long time. Big pop out. Bitcoin is outpacing gold and silver. Keep that in mind. We'll be at 10,000 before you know it. So that is the markets as a whole. But what I like to do here, guys, is look at the weekly chart, and we got to look at the monthly too. Okay, let's start off with the weekly chart on the. Let's start here on the spiders. Weekly chart. Big bear pullback with the shooting star. Big bear pullback with the shooting star. If I pull a Fibonacci here, we're below the 61.8. This is a perfect area to drop, to crash and burn. Perfect area to crash and burn. So the dailies are in perfect area to crash and burn. Weeklies, same area. Here's the diamonds. Here's the Dow. You go here, draw a fib. The Dow didn't even get to the 61.8, and so it's in a perfect place to have a major sell-off. NASDAQ rallied up to resistance. So we found support, resistance. Look for that to drop. Small caps, big glorious on the weekly chart on the Russell 2000. Big glorious shooting star. What do you think is going to happen next, guys? Take the Fibonacci, go down, went up through 50, didn't even get near 61.8 and dropped already. That is very bearish, very bearish. If you look at the financials, same thing. Drop, pullback, big opportunity to drop. Now, you could say this is a bullish pennant. This could turn out to that. It's very interesting. If we go bullish Monday, which is way outside the idea of reality, if that happens, shake off all the bear talk, and we will drift upwards. That's what will happen. Monday is very important to me. Monday is huge, guys. I think it'll be a big bloody sell-off. If it's not, and if it is, it will commence the rest of this major sell-off that we're expecting in the markets. However, guys, if we do not sell off Monday, and Monday is a bullish day, wow, this will blow up in our faces as all the bears will be snuffed out, man. You'll get this huge bullish move to the upside because it will be a big time bull trap, bear trap. So, but it's just outside the probabilities. The probabilities is everything is bearish. I mean, if you look, earnings are just coming in. They're pitiful. GDP is pitiful. Unemployment is pitiful. All the underlying opportunities for any sort of bullish movement, pitiful. Just not good. U.S. dollar weekly chart at support. Look for that to bounce and go higher. Crude oil's down. What's going to happen with crude oil? It keeps trying to find a bottom. I mean, is this a morning star? It might be. I mean, is that the low? I don't know. This is tough. If you look at silver, up, high base, that has an opportunity to go higher. Gold is doing fairly well. It could still go higher. VIX on the weekly looks like it's nice pullback with a hammer. Look for VIX to go higher. I mean, that's bad for the markets. Bitcoin is at resistance on the weekly chart. Look for resistance at this level. If it breaks through this, man, it'll get to 10,000 plus, guys. We could be at 15,000 before you know it on Bitcoin. If it can break through these levels, if it can break through them. Now, the time frame I want to talk about is the monthlies. And for you bulls, you're going to love what I'm going to get ready to tell you. Bulls, don't worry about this little guy. This is only 1 day of trading. Forget that. That is called a dynamic candlestick that we do not care. What we care about is this closed static candlestick, okay? Remember how I said in the video that if we close out the week crashing down below these support lines, watch of the market, we will crash and burn. That did not happen. We opened low out of support. We rallied higher. That is huge, guys. We should see monthly upside opportunity now, okay? Diamonds. At support, we gap down on the monthly. We go higher, okay, on the Dow. That is huge. It doesn't mean we're going to go higher, but it's set up to go higher. Just like, look at the pattern here. Do you see this pattern? That's basically this pattern. After this pattern, we went higher. This pattern, we should go higher. It should happen. This would be a really interesting month. If you look at what's going on now, we haven't made a high. We need to make a new high from the month to really validate what we're seeing. Let's go back to the spiders. We need to make a new high to validate it. Right now, it's an inside trading candlestick. NASDAQ. If you go here, look at this. We didn't even get to support on the monthly, and we're bouncing up already. Guys, that's like really powerful. On the monthly, this could head higher. The Russell 2000. Down. If this candlestick makes a new high, that's interesting. Now we're below a lot of support levels. It's broken. I could see us having a bullish May, but you know, sell in May and go away. I could definitely see that happening. The financials, we closed below a trend line. We went higher and we closed higher. Remember how I said if we closed below these areas, we were in just huge trouble, and we were. The monthlies had healed itself. The monthlies are saying, I think we're going to put in a bottom. The monthlies are saying we should go higher. That's what the monthlies are saying. And the monthlies beat the weeklies. It's a bigger time frame. The weeklies beat the dailies. It's a higher time frame. But you have the dailies that are bearish. You have the weeklies that are bearish. But you have the monthlies that are bullish. Wow. So that is interesting, isn't it? That is interesting. Pause the video, go back 30 seconds and listen to what I just said again 2 or 3 times. Get what I just said there. Very important. Crude oil in the monthly staying above this area, or US dollar, not crude oil, US dollars above this area. That's great. That should go higher. US oil is coming to a major couple areas of major support here on the monthly chart, guys. I'd like to see it drop a little more, and that will be very, very cool. Very, very cool. Silver, crude oil, if we could drop down around $14, the USO, $14 to 12. I would say anywhere between 11. Oh boy, what do I want to say on that? $10 to $14. I'd say $10 to $13 is buy area, guys. Major buy area. I would really like to see it go lower and then get a rally back higher. Find a lower area for it to drop, and then buy it on the retracement back up, and you will have caught a bottom. I'm liking it a lot. Silver monthly. Healed itself, came up over a trend line and heading higher. I mean, monthly is looking good. Gold is just tracking higher, looking really good. VIX is kind of starting to head down on the monthly. And Bitcoin monthly is at major resistance. If that breaks out, which I think it's going to, look for a major upside opportunity on Bitcoin. That's it. So I'm going to get into some stocks of interest. I'm using TradingView. The link's down in the comments area. But here's a bunch of different lists on that I like to look at. I'm going to go to the Grok Tech stocks, take a look at Apple. I'm only going to look at daily charts here, guys. The Apple, what's interesting in Apple it's hung up on this line. Oh man, Apple it looks like it's going to get short here, guys. Like it's going to drop. Be careful with that. AMD is already dropping. This is a great opportunity to look for AMD for sell opportunities. Amazon is what Thursday broke out, and then we dropped on Friday, and that is my wife. Let me say, please text me. She'll hate that. I'll say, I'm doing a video. That's very interesting. This, look for more downside on Amazon. That's interesting. Baba, ooh, bad news on Friday. That had a really good chance of being a bull flag to break out, but we ruined it on Friday. This is daily charts. Remember, Baidu, just stay away from. I'm not liking anything on the text, guys. Booking is a rising wedge. Look for booking to break down. This is a big bear flag. That is a rising wedge. This is in a lot of trouble. Cisco, oh, it's breaking down right now. Earnings coming up. Never hold over earnings. Earnings are going to be bad coming into the future. This quarter and next, guys. Bad, bad, bad. Catfish. Another rising wedge. I don't have the lines drawn here. I'm not going to take the time to do it. I'm bearish on that. eBay could be bullish if we break out. eBay bullish if we can break out. It's high base. Bullish on that. Facebook bullish. Just give me a bull pullback so I can get long on Facebook. Google is fine. Google with an L is fine. If you're in those, keep with them. GoPro's giving us a little bull pullback. Might be an opportunity on a bull pullback. Microsoft looks fine. Stay with it if you're with it, but it's taking a breath now. MU, big bear flag, bearish on this on a breakdown. Netflix is a bull flag. Look for upside opportunity. NVIDIA could be a death hook, guys. NVIDIA could be in a ton of trouble. Look for this to drop to the downside. Death hook city. Oracle is a double top dropping. Will that go? Are you done with class? Man, my phone's blowing up, guys. Bull flag opportunity here. I don't think it's going to be a double top. I think it's going to be a bull flag. It's not going to be ready for a little while, but there could be an opportunity coming up. PayPal, yes. PayPal opportunity, especially on a breakout to the upside. Roku, nice bull flag. That's a buy. Maybe a buy on Shopify. It's a high base, but Friday scares me a little bit. It kind of ruined it. Everything was looking good. It needs to go higher. Snap needs to wait for a pullback for an opportunity to buy. Tesla, bad Thursday and Friday. Bad days. Really not good after earnings. Not good. Market's not liking it. Just stay away from that for the time being. Twitter, big bear flag. Stay away from that. At earnings, it's just not good. Just stay away from that. Okay, monologue time. So first, guys, thank you so much for all the new subscribers. Love you guys. And yeah, just really appreciate you. We don't advertise. You don't see us. We're not everywhere, and we don't make promises. We don't, show these massive. We're just traders. I've been trading in the markets 22 years, a long, long time. I used to be with Rich Dad Poor Dad and other major education companies. Used to mentor for those guys until I become a competitor. I've owned my own education company for 20 years and doing this. But there were. I guess I'll share it with you. There's a guy, his name's Cody. Listen, Cody, much respect to you. I'm glad that you shared your opinion. You can go to my last video, look down. There's 300 messages. That he was highly critical of me. And I know I'm not going to make everybody happy. And I'm not trying to. But he's highly critical, saying he made a couple comments that got under my skin, and I pushed back. And you'll see the comments. You can read them yourselves. But I just want to address it right here. If I come across as I'm like a slimy salesperson and trying to sell my stuff, that's not what my intent is. Do you guys know that I've been trading for 22 years, and in that time, the last 12 years, I have owned my own company, but I've been mentoring people. I have over 900 people I've mentored, okay? And I have a certain passion for it. Where do I start? Let me say this. Do you guys know we only teach 3 days out of a month? To say and to even remotely think that we only want to sell mentoring is insane. We take 10% of our time, 10% of the month, 3 days out of 30 days, we take out to help give back, to help teach. Do you know the average fee, if you go to any of the people I used to work for, big brands, any of them, the average cost for your education is $25,000. I am intimately connected to people in these education groups. You guys have paid for it. You know, you go to the sales thing. There's a 2-hour seminar. You sit through it, and you pay a couple $100 to go to 3 days. After 3 days, you go to the back of the room, give a credit card for $25,000. That's what you do, guys. I did that. I paid $21,000 back in the day. I did it. I get it. And if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have had a mentor. And if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Guys, I'm a trader first, educator second. Mark is a trader first, educator second. He loves day trading. He is already day trading. He was doing it in another room. I talked him into coming to Grok Trade. I said, if you're going to be in a room as a guest day trading, why not come to our room, start your own chat room, and let people subscribe to it? If you're going to day trade anyway, let others do it with you, right? He's like, it makes sense. Let's do it. He's a product of us. He came through our system. He does that every day. I don't want to do that every day. I'm a swing trader. I want to be able to take my hour tonight. I want to be able to do it at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I don't want to be confined. I don't want to be told when I have to be in front of the computer to trade. I want to do it on my time when it's convenient for me. That's why I like swing trading over day trading. Yes, you can make more money day trading over swing trading. Why? Because you can trade more on day trading than you can swing trading. The more you trade, the more money you make, right? That's the name of the game. Well, that's assuming that your trades are making more money than you're losing. Because the more you're trading, if you're losing, the faster you're going to blow through an account. So it goes both ways. I don't want to paint any sort of glorious, fanciful picture, okay? That's not how it is. I'm getting worked up. It's because of Cody, and we worked it out, okay? I think Cody and I are on the same page now. But I don't care. Maybe because I do a video once a week, I bring up the mentoring. Do I do it too much? Maybe. I don't want to. The question is why? Why? Because one, it's a business, and a business has to make money. Do you think I'm doing the videos because I used to do a video every day? Our company used to do one pre-market, midday, afternoon, every day. I got to where then I was doing them daily. You guys remember this? Then I was doing it Monday, or I was doing it weekend, Wednesday, and Friday. I was doing 3 a week. Now I do it once a week because I don't have to do the videos. I don't do these for my health, right? And I do it to give back, and I do it on my terms, what I want to do. That's what it is. I want to trade on my terms. I want to do the trading I want to do. Trading brings freedom. That's what it brings. It allows freedom. And what we do as a company, we say we're going to teach 3 days out of a month. That's it. And people want to say that you want to even remotely say that all I care about is selling a product. What I care about is your success in the markets. This got to he goes, I don't even think he really cares about his students. Are you kidding me? The audacity to make a comment like that. Listen, let me be frank. One of the companies I worked for, we taught options. I was an options coach. By the time they went to a mentor, they had to go through a lot of training, and they had a lot of time to trade. By the time they got to me, they were beaten to death financially. They lost a ton of money. That's why we don't teach options. Some of you guys, you're sold on it because you say that you get to use other people's money. You get the leverage. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Listen, options is nothing more than magnification. Magnification. It magnifies your good trades and your bad. It does both of them. For options, you got to get all the Greeks right and the underlying asset. What's the underlying asset? The stock. If you can't trade the stock right, there's a 0 chance you'll be able to trade the option correctly. You can't do it. You've got to do contingent orders on the option itself, or you will fail at option trading. People don't realize that. You've got to be able to look at the charts. You've got to be able to manage the charts and where you enter, where you get out. All of it has to be set off the stock, and you trade the options off of it. So let's say you got to get price action right, volume right, fundamentals right, the broad markets right. You got to get, let's say, 5 things right on the stock. Well, the options, you got to get all the Greeks right, the other 5 things. And the worst Greek of them all is theta, which is time decay. So not only do you have to get the 5 things right on the underlying asset, the stock, and the 5 things right on the Greeks, okay? Now you got to do it within a certain time frame. Trading is a game of probabilities. You are stacking the odds against you. What is a better thing to do is trade the stock successfully first and then leverage into other things. I say don't do options, go straight into futures once you learn how to trade stocks and ETFs proficiently. You get far greater leverage and you don't have theta to deal with time decay, okay? And or all the Greeks, which works to your benefit. Now, I've had student after student after student come to me after they've learned all these option strategies and bled out accounts. By the time they got to me at the end of their trading, the mentor, I sat with these guys, and if I had a gun to my head and had to guess, I would think they were down $35 million collectively. $35 million down because they were taught education, that they were taught a magnified way of trading, a leveraged way of trading that bled their account very, very quickly. You guys know them. You guys who have traded options, you know what I'm talking about right now. You know. There were times that we cried together because these were people who didn't have a job anymore. They were retired, and their nest egg destroyed. I care for your success. Trading can be the most rewarding business that you will ever own. After 2 decades, I'll put it this way. There's no better business model out there, period. You can be making money when the market's good, making money when the market's bad, going down. You can take risk off the table anytime you want to, and there's no overhead to speak of outside of investing in yourself on education. Outside of that, we all have computers, we all have the internet. I mean, the commissions are free. No other business can you get into, and the education is far cheaper than a college education. And $25,000 for education? Are you kidding me? It doesn't need to be done. That's why we do ours online. That's why we do ours in small groups, so we all defer the cost. That's why we do that. Man. But we care for, do you guys know that once you're in, we give you software and you send that your trade logs back to us and we analyze them so we can quickly hone in on your weaknesses so we can correct them early in your development process, so your trajectory of success is increased drastically. The reason, and we do that, we don't charge extra for that stuff. It's because we know that our students, that's why we have such good online reviews. And we don't have to advertise. You guys find us. I'm not even telling you the website to go to. You guys will find us. That's why we do it. Because I know what mentoring did for me, and that's why I talk about it. And here again, I'm talking about mentoring again. And I just said, and maybe I talk about it too much. It's because I know what it did for me, and I guess I talk about it. Maybe I need to do more videos and only talking about mentoring once a week. I don't know. I want. Do you guys even get my heart? I mean, do you understand? And yes, I'm frustrated, and I hate being frustrated on my videos, and I don't even edit them. Have you noticed that I don't take the phone calls, but I just don't edit it. I just talk with what's on my heart and what's in my head right now. My wife just got home. I heard the garage door go up. So that's it. What value can I give you? That if you lasted this long listening to me, what value can I give you right now? This is valuable. I'll give this to you. And my dog will probably start barking here. His name is Walter. A severe case of ADD. Okay. The disease to traders is, the cancer to traders is fear and greed. Fear and greed, fear and greed. Fear and greed will kill a trader very quickly, because here's why. And I'll give you the quick version. It's because you have good rule sets in place. Fear will come in to validate why it's okay to break rules, to have bad trading behavior, okay? To break rules. Well, the fear and greed does that. Same thing, greed will happen when that comes in. So you have like 4 winning trades in a row. You start breaking rules by over leveraging, by over committing, by putting too much risk on the table, okay? So you'll have that. And hello. Wife just walked in, and she's trying to keep Walter quiet. Yes, I'm doing my video. And she's like, why are you talking about this on the videos? Because it's monologue and I can be casual with you guys. But here's the deal. If you fear what happens, and tell me if you can relate, where you'll have these losers and all of a sudden you'll have a green, you'll be in the profit a little bit, and you'll quickly set your stop loss really, really close, and you'll stop out, but at least you stopped out green. So you have a lot of reds and 1 green, and you're just happy to have that green. What happens is your fear of stopping out, or your greed of just taking a profit, depending on how you want to look at it, caused you to cut your winners short and to let your losers run. We got to flip that around. You have to let your winners run and your losers cut short. So fear is it. So here's the big takeaway, and here's the big secret. What you want to do is trade, lower your risk parameters as far as the money that you're trading to a level that you don't care if you win or lose on that trade, okay? If you don't care if you win or lose on the trade, then you're only trading to trade well, okay? And the byproduct of trading well will be profitability. And once you're in that state, increase risk and keep deadening your emotions. Holy smokes. Now that was the richness of that is significant. And if you can adhere to that, that will help you immensely in the future as a trader. So there you have it. Appreciate you all. Thanks for letting me get on a soapbox and just talk my heart with you. I hate being labeled a slimy salesperson, or like I don't care for people, my people. Why? Who has the audacity to say such? Everyone has your opinions. You can have your opinions, but just listen to the videos. Go watch videos and really say, anyway, 3 days a month. That's all we do. 3 days a month. Hope you guys are well. Catch up with you later.